Hey, good morning, guys. This is Sam from Website Muscle, and today I want to talk to you about the 4 steps to create a clear, concise, and compelling marketing message. And I always like to start this talk out with a real quick story that kind of shows a contrast between 2 different businesses. So a few years ago, my wife had to get her oil change for her car, and she went to her normal auto repair shop. And while she was waiting, she had to use the restroom. And so she went to the 2 gentlemen behind the counter and said, would you mind if I use your restroom? She was not ready for their kind of response. They both stopped, stared back at her, eyes wide open, not really sure what to say. It's like they'd never been asked that question before, ever. And which of course didn't make her feel good. But then they eventually said, sure, we have a bathroom in the back, and they kind of just motioned to the back of the building. So she started walking down this kind of narrow, dark, kind of gross corridor, hallway, and got to the end, and there was what looked like a broom closet. Did not look like a restroom, but she sees and says it's probably a restroom, so she opens it, and it is, she was surprised. It was absolutely disgusting, absolutely gross. It was small, it was dirty, it was dark. Some of their uniforms were hung up and even kind of on the ground. Just absolutely, it looked like it had never been cleaned, and it probably never had been cleaned, right? It's an auto repair shop. That's not what you typically find. So just absolutely disgusting. There was and of course the worst part was the toilet, right? Absolutely gross. Probably had never been cleaned. Just disgusting. She even had to do one of the hover a few feet over the toilet maneuvers just to use the restroom. But absolutely gross experience. And of course she comes home after that and tells me while we're eating dinner, and I shared in her experience and just said that's gross. We'll never go back there. I'm sorry, but the next day I'm sitting at work, and of course we do website projects. So we got a call from a potential customer, and it was a BMW and Mini auto repair shop. And so I was like, okay, this is interesting. My wife just had one type of experience. Let me see what this company has. And so I arrive at their location and I walk in their lobby, and still it's an auto repair shop, but I get into their lobby and it is absolutely beautiful. And I was not ready for that, right? So there were plush couches. There was a large area rug. The walls were painted, a nice color. There was a fish tank. There was fragrant candles burning, right? Completely different experience. I even walked outside just to make sure I was in the right place. And then of course I have to check out what? I have to check out the bathroom and just see. And I walk into the bathroom, and it's actually better than the lobby. Perfectly clean, just immaculate, right? Absolutely spotless, immaculate bathroom, large vanity mirrors, kind of the sconce lighting. Just absolutely, it looked like my mom had just been there to clean it. Just absolutely beautiful bathroom. And I walk back into the lobby, sit down on the couch, and just try and figure out, where am I? Like, am I at an auto repair shop? Am I at a spa? I don't understand. And then I get motioned to go back and meet with the owner. And so I walk down kind of just a normal area, but the owner actually has an office right in the back of the repair shop. And I get back into his office. It's nothing out of the ordinary, right? He knows customers aren't going back there. But I sit down with him and I say, what's the deal with your lobby? What's the deal with the restroom? It's beautiful. Why did you do this? And he said something that stuck with me to this day, right? And it's something that I share with all of my customers, is that he said, Sam, the reason why I'm going to open my 5th location this year, 5th location, right? Most auto repair shops are 1 location. He said, the reason why I'm going to open my 5th location is because I know exactly who my customer is. I know exactly what experience they think they're going to get when they come to an auto repair shop. I know what frustrations they have when they have their car serviced, and I have made my whole customer experience to solve that problem. And I love that, right? So that stuck with me. It's a great story of a contrast between a business that just does their service and a business that really, really knows who their customer is, what problems they have, and what they're solving. So I always like to start out this talk with that story. So my name's Sam Nelson. I'm the owner and founder of Website Muscle. We've been in business about 10 years. We've done hundreds and hundreds, I think over about 600 websites. We have a lot of good reviews out there. I'm currently a member of Vistage, and I've gone through the Goldman Sachs small business program, which is absolutely incredible and recommended. if you're a business owner and you're looking to kind of take your business to the next level. So again, to reiterate, the biggest problem that we find with small businesses is that they do not have a clear, concise, and compelling marketing message. And we believe that if you confuse your customers, you will lose. Right now, our attention spans are so short. They say our attention spans went from about 12 seconds, which is still crazy short, 10, I think it was 8 or 10 years ago, to now it's under 8 seconds, right? We have very little attention span because we are being bombarded with marketing messages every single day. And so you as a business owner or you as a marketing manager, you need to make sure your pitch, your message is clear, right? There's absolutely no confusion around it. It's concise. It can't be a long, outdrawn marketing message or you're going to lose people. And it has to be compelling. There needs something that's going to draw somebody to want to work with you, to want to ask you for more information. So of course this shows up in websites, right? We see confusing headlines all the time. We see confusing imagery. We land on websites. We have no idea what the business does. It would be like you'd have to be an insider with the company to even understand. But another place that this shows up for the majority of small businesses, and you've experienced this, is if you go out to a networking event and you ask the question, what do you do? Right? So you go up and you meet somebody, you ask them what they do, what is their typical answer? Well, for a lot of the times, it's something that's not good. It's something that's confusing. A lot of times it's, my father started the company, or my grandfather started the company, or it might be worse. It might be, it's actually kind of confusing. It's hard to understand, which isn't a good way to kind of build a marketing message or to try and get people to want to hear more. I believe the best way to answer the what do you do question is with a one-liner. And a one-liner is a 4-part answer to the question, what do you do? So it has 4 parts. Let's go ahead and jump into them. The first part is the customer, right? We want to identify who your customer is. The second part is what is the problem that they're experiencing. The third part is what is your plan or process. And the third part is what does success look like? So let's look a little deeper into each one of these sections. So the first part is the customer. We want to identify who your target customer is because you want that person when they hear your one-liner to be able to say either that's me or I know somebody who should be talking to you, right? The second thing is the problem. We want to identify some pain point, something that they're dealing with that your company is going to come in and solve for them. If we're not solving a problem, nobody's going to be compelled to take action, and you're not going to be generating any referrals because nobody knows how to help, right? The third step is the plan, and the plan is how to take action with you or what your unique value is, how you are actually solving that problem. And the last step is success. So what does success look like after they work with your company? We want to show them a vision of what success looks like. And it might be 1 point, it might be a couple points, but we want to identify what is their life, how's their life going to be different after they work with you. So let's look at a first example. I always like to start out with a Pilates instructor. So if you meet a Pilates instructor at a normal networking event and you ask the question, what do you do? What's their typical answer going to be? All right, so it's typically going to be, I'm a Pilates instructor, or I do Pilates, or I teach at a gym. You'll probably get variations of that. But let's run the Pilates instructor through this example. So the first example could be that they have, that their target market, their customer is moms. They might be looking to attract moms. That definitely makes sense. Secondly, the problem that moms have is that they have busy schedules. Again, this is just an example. Yours could be filled out completely different, or you could fill out one, if you're a Pilates instructor, you could fill it out completely different. But in this example, here's what we're going with. Customer is moms. The problem is busy schedules. The plan is short, meaningful workouts. And success is health and renewed energy. Okay, so you can kind of see how we took each of those 4 steps and took one type of business or a business owner through that example. And out of that, we have a quick statement, which says we provide busy moms with short, meaningful workouts they can use to stay healthy and have renewed energy. Now that is a heck of a lot better than saying I'm a Pilates instructor. And so the huge value in this is if you're out at a networking event and if I'm out at a networking event and I meet a Pilates instructor and the Pilates instructor says, or I say, what do you do? And the Pilates instructor says, I'm a Pilates instructor. I have no idea what to do with that information, right? She might be a fantastic Pilates instructor, but I don't know how to either sign up for her or actually help or know if I'm her right customer or what problem she's solving. But if she said that she provides busy moms with short, meaningful workouts, okay, I'm immediately going to think, well, do I know any busy moms that might want short, meaningful workouts, right? My brain would immediately go there, and I know my wife is busy. I know my wife's friends are busy. It immediately makes me think that in that direction. And then when she tells me, well, they're going to have be more healthy and have renewed energy. Well, that's huge, right? I know a lot of moms that have complained about having less energy than they want to be able to play with their kids, right? So I love that example. I always like to start out with that one. The second example, let me just pull it up, is for a pet store owner, okay? So for a pet store owner, let's run them through this. Well, let's start with, if we say, what do you do to a pet store owner? What would they say? Probably, I'm a pet store owner, right? Or I sell dog food or something like that. Let's run them through this example. So the first part, the customer is pet owners, right? That makes sense. Secondly, the problem they have, in this case, they define this problem as they have no idea what's in their dog's food. And the plan, natural pet food that is organic and healthy. That's their unique value. That's what they're giving to their customers. And then lastly, success, pets live longer and are more healthy. So I love this example for two reasons. The first reason is the problem. They were able to identify, out of all the problems that they could say they solve, the one that they heard their customers say is that they have no idea what's in their dog's food. And then secondly, the success. They're saying pets live longer and are more healthy. So before I jump into that a little further, let's read the statement. Most pet owners have no idea what's in their dog's food. Our natural pet food is organic and healthy, and customers who buy from us have pets that live longer and are more healthy. I love that. I love that because it's talking about you're identifying who your ideal customer is, what could be a problem for them, how you solve that problem, and what does success look like. And I love this because when you talk about pets living longer, that's a very unique success that you can have a whole marketing campaign around, right? You can see social media videos, you can see graphics about pets living long. Your boy Timmy growing up with Rocky for, all the way through his teen years. There's a lot that a company can do with that. And if you're not showing a customer what success could be like, you're kind of missing the boat, right? So let's go through one more example, and this example is going to be our company, because everybody always asks us what ours is, and here's one of them for us. So our customer is business owners, and one of the problems that they have is an unclear marketing message, right? And that's what we're kind of talking about today. And the plan that we give them is we help them clarify that message and build a powerful website, right? So that's what we do. We come in, clarify the message, build a powerful website, and success is they can connect with their ideal customers and grow their business. So if somebody asks me, what do I do? Rather than me saying I'm a website designer or I'm a website guy or I'm the website guy, what I can say is, well, great question. We actually help business owners clarify their marketing message and build a powerful website that connects with their ideal customers and grows their company. And what a better answer than saying I'm a website guy. Now I'm saying here's a problem that our company actually solves. Here's our unique value, and here's what success looks like if you work with us. So how do you use your one-liner? Well, we have 4 ways to use it. First, we want you to memorize it and repeat it over and over and over. It's not going to come natural. It's something that you're going to have to work on to develop. Most likely, if you meet with your team to kind of help you develop it, you're going to get different people in your company are going to think that you have different customers or you solve a different problem or here's what success looks like. But once you have that really built out, memorize it, repeat it over and over, maybe put it in your signature line, in your emails, put it on your walls, put it on a t-shirt. Right? You always want that message out there because that is the message that's connecting with your ideal customers. Secondly, have your team memorize it. You want to make sure that everybody in your company is saying the same thing to your ideal customers, because in most companies that we go into and we tell a company that they should all be saying the same thing, they all kind of nod their head, roll their eyes, because they know their company's not saying the same thing. Thirdly, include it on your website. So this is going to be 1, 2, or 3 sentences, so it might not be the main headline on your website, but it might be right below, in the paragraph right below, because you want to make sure when somebody lands on your website, they know they're in the right place right away. They know that you solve a problem, and they can see what success would look like. And lastly, repeat it in every piece of marketing content that you have, And I've already kind of talked about that. Again, put it on your brochures when you're meeting with somebody, put it in your email signature block, put it everywhere that you show a customer, because what you want is you want your customers repeating this to referrals, right? You want your customers saying this out in the marketplace when they introduce your company, rather than, oh, I know Sam, he's a website guy. It's, oh, I know Sam, he actually helps companies clarify their marketing message so that they can connect with ideal customers. That's what I want my customers to say, not he's a website guy, because that's not going to generate an ideal referral. It's not going to show value. It's not going to differentiate me. Then I'm just one of all the other website guys, right? I want to identify a problem that our company solves. We recently went through this exercise with a company called West America Communications, and they gave me a great recommendation at the end. I always like to share it. They said, Website Muscle's perspective helped us to clarify and craft a winning strategy. We had a really good discussion when we kind of went around the table and went through this marketing message exercise, went through the entire thing. There were, I think, 5 people around the table and kind of batting around different ideas about what their company stands for, who their ideal customers are, what problem they're solving, and what success looks like. It was a really, really valuable exercise, and I loved working with them. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your attention. If you have any questions, if you'd like to work with us, go ahead and check out our website, websitemuscle.com, or you can give us a call at 949-244-1700, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.